Hi, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV, and in this video we're going to talk about connecting your Gerbings heated gear to your bike, controlling the temperature of your Gerbings heated gear, connecting that gear to other Gerbings heated gear, as well as accessories that are made by Gerbings which work well with all of the Gerbings line of product. So basically, let's start out with what comes with every single Gerbings piece of gear, whether it's gloves, jacket, pant, or boot soles, right out of the box. You're going to get a battery harness or power harness that would connect directly to your battery. You're also going to get a set of fuses, which there's an instruction manual on which fuses to use, and it's basically based on how many pieces of gear you have connected in series to your battery harness. So you're going to get this pigtail, or not this pigtail, but this harness rather, and what you're going to see is to wire it up is very simple. We have a UASA battery pulled out here. Red goes to the plus, black goes to the minus. You have a slot for your fuse here, and basically here it is. You want to snake this through the frame just like you would do with any other piece that you would connect to a battery harness. You can snake it to somewhere accessible. Typically that's going to be on the left side of the bike, because when you're wearing a jacket liner, the controller or the PDU connection piece, which you can see on the inside here, is at the lower left. So typically snake it from your battery, left side of the bike. You can zip tie it to the frame. It's typically pretty easy to do. And then what you're going to want to do is you would connect this piece to your temperature controller, and then from the temperature controller that's going to live on your waist, you're going to go up right to your jacket. So basically from here, with every piece of Gerbings gear that you buy, you're going to get this piece, and then you need to pick up a temperature controller. You can go single zone or dual zone. There are a lot of people that know they just want heated gloves and they're going to stop there. For 69 bucks, you can get the single zone controller, which you would then connect right to your battery harness. And this could be belt clipped, it could live in your pocket, it could snake through your clothing. And then basically what you could do from here is you would connect it to either the boot soles or the gloves. Actually come with a long snaking Y adapter. So you connect to the Y, and then if you weren't wearing any other Gerbings product, you'd snake these guys down through your jacket and they would connect to your gloves like so. Or if you're going with soles, you could do the same thing. You can connect this long Y cable, which comes with the soles, down your pants, connect it to your soles, and then wire it right to your single zone heat controller. Notice there's an on off here, it clicks off, and then you have 0 to 135 degrees, which is full on. I would say that this is not the most common usage. The single controller is not typically what we see people go for. A lot of times when people buy heated gear, they get hooked. It works so well, especially with this Gerbing line of product. It's very comfortable with their microwire. What they typically end up doing is getting multiple products. And when you have multiple products, you typically want to go to the dual zone controller. So basically, if I take this guy, I'm going to put it down here, I'm going to show you. So what we see as the most common lineup is somebody will have a jacket and a pair of heated gloves. So what you're going to notice here is that if I have a jacket and pair of gloves, I'm going to take this splitter, I'm actually going to put it down here for now. I'd hook my gloves right into my jacket, they're pre-wired. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the jacket here, and on the bottom left, I mentioned it earlier, you have this PDU, which is where you connect the power supply. So what I'm going to do with the jacket, you have really two levels of control here. You have dual zone. So I have my first zone, which is typically going to be jacket, and then the second zone is going to be pants, gloves, and soles, which all live on the same circuit. So what I'll do is I'll take my red connector. Red always goes to your battery power source. It's over here. Connect to the battery. And basically from there I have a white wire and then I have a black wire. The white is going to be your jacket control. That's zone 1. Jacket only goes in right there. You plug that in, and now this first knob is going to connect your jacket. The second zone is going to be your ancillary port, and basically what that's going to control is your gloves. And then if you were wearing a pair of pants, or if you connected, your boot soles without having pants, you connect them to that port. And this second zone, which is the black knob, would control gloves, it would control pants, and control boots. So it really gives you the best chance of being temperature neutral. We talk about temperature neutral. As you're riding, you don't want to be so warm that you're sweating. You don't want to be so cold that the cold is getting you and it's making you lose focus on riding. You want to be temperature neutral based off of the speed that you're going, the type of touring you're doing, and the ambient outside temperature. So you really want to dial in your temperature settings for both your extremities, your pants, as well as your jacket, so that you're the most congruent with what's going on around you. So basically from there it's pretty simple. You go single zone, you go dual zone, and then with the jackets, with the boot liners, and with the pants, or with the pants rather, you'd add on as you go. From there, let's talk about if you have a bike, if you have a touring bike, if you have a separate power outlet, if you're on a Goldwing and you have a 12 volt DC, you can plug in to any 12 volt outlet on your bike. And what you would use for that is you can buy the separate battery or the separate car charger or motorcycle. It's this 12 volt adapter that's basically a cigarette lighter adapter that would plug in. It would have an on-off switch, and basically from here you would run this right to your red cord, and this would plug directly in to your temperature controller. So you'd have your on-off, take it with you, easy plug in and out. You don't need to wire anything directly to your battery. Gerbings also makes a kit which is kind of this OEM BMW style adapter to where you can run it directly to your battery, and basically it gives you a port that you can install anywhere on your bike, and you have this small BMW shorty style or smaller adapter that kind of conforms to that look and feel, and you can go that way with it. Same kind of thing, you're going to have this port anywhere on your bike, you're going to plug this guy in, and then it plugs directly red cord to red cord, and you're going to get power that way. Gerbings also makes another key adapter that a lot of people are going to ask about. They're going to say, well, I have a bike, I have a battery tender pigtail already set up because, you know, a long distance bike, a lot of guys that do this type of riding tend to have more than one bikes, so something when they're not riding it's going to be sitting, and they may have a trickle charger or battery tender set up to it. What you're going to want to do is you're going to forget about the pigtail that you already have on your bike. You're going to want to buy this piece and remove the pigtail that you currently have. And what this piece basically does is you're going to put your battery tender, or you're going to put your Gerbings harness on your battery. That will connect to your pigtail. That's the Gerbing supply pigtail, and this will connect directly to your battery tender. So basically what you're going to have is your battery tender is going to live in your garage, and it's always going to have this adapter connected to it. And then when you bring your bike in and you want to charge the battery, instead of going disconnecting and reconnecting the pigtail, you have a Gerbings to Gerbings male-female connection that goes like that. So this battery tender style connector lives connected to your battery tender at all times, and it basically makes the Gerbings to Gerbings connection, which is right over here, easy for on and off. Gerbings also makes a ton of other splitters, a ton of other things that you can add on. You have leather pouches, and the leather pouch for this heat controller is a separate item. And you also have a stuff sack, and that stuff sack is going to allow you to store your stuff, keep it in a pannier or in a tail bag, and go from there. But basically, you know, what we try to do in this video is really kind of connect the dots of how simple it is to install. If you notice here, this is a basic battery harness, right through the screws, right through the eyelets, connects directly to your battery, and this harness is going to come with every single product. So basically, whatever product you want to start with, you need to pick up just a single or dual heat controller, or a temperature controller rather, and you'll be good to go. If you have any questions about this lineup, I know this can get a little bit technical, but we've tried to simplify it as much as we can. Shoot us a line at 877-792-9455 or cs@RevZilla.com, and we'll be happy to answer any questions for you. We also have a full line of videos for the Gerbings heated product. We have gloves, we have jacket and pants, we have a fitment guide. Be sure to check out any of the other items as you're narrowing your search and homing in on the right product, which is going to be best for your application. Thanks for watching today. I'm Anthony. I'll see you next time.